home for lunch, have a little smoke. So I saw this on the shelf last night, and I was thinking, gosh, I haven't smoked that in a long time. It's Cornell and Deal Epiphany from 2008. So it's pretty dry, and honestly not a lot of flavor, but it was like, I haven't smoked that in a long time. Let's give it a try. I remember I originally got it. I was attracted to Cornell and Deal because they were in South Carolina. I liked the idea of domestic pipe tobacco production. But I quickly found out that many of their blends are super heavy on burley. And I just as quickly found out that I'm not really a burley guy, you know. I know why people blend with it, you know, it's inexpensive, it's available. It burns well, burns right down to white ash if it's not got a lot of goop on it, humectant, and has nicotine and not a lot of flavor. Has a lot of nicotine and not much flavor. So the perfect blending tobacco for an aromatic tobacco. But that's really not my thing. So I'd rather have a Balkan that generates its flavor from the tobacco, or an English, similarly. Without a lot of goop on it, without a lot of added flavors. You know, there's always going to be a little humectant just to keep it from turning to dust. But the less, kind of the better, is how I look at it. Smoking in a vintage, but not that vintage, custom built with the, let's see if it'll focus, with the big C, one word, custom built, probably Wally Frank ears, but look at that crisp rustication. Nice. And a great shape. I mean, just these billiard shapes are just great for smokability. I think they're the best. So it's a good one. It's kind of generic, you know. It was what, Gen 3 or 4 or more of custom built. Probably the 70s, I'm gonna guess. Could be the 60s. So I'm healing up real nice. I did notice this morning, I'll put a picture at the back, at the end of this, so don't look if you don't want to. But I just, a day ago, I mean, today I noticed it, I have this like divot in my knee, which might be where some of the ligament has torn away. Because I push things, you know. I mean, I'm driving the clutch, I'm driving the truck. It's an old F-150 with a 5-speed manual. You know, it just kind of feels like that push, pull is like physical therapy, strong physical therapy to me. And I'm not using a cane. I'm kind of hobbling around a little bit, but anyway, it's been 4 weeks since surgery, so I think I may take a picture for the end of this video and then send it to my surgeon and see what she says. But anyway, it didn't hurt. I didn't bang it. I didn't do anything crazy with it. There was no pain. There is no pain, but there's a divot. So it's like, what's that about? So normally I do GIS. I'm the map guy, right? GIS is Geographic Information Systems. It's just digital maps. Kind of combines CAD, maps, and database stuff all in one package. Big organizations, certainly federal, state, county, are big users of GIS. But other duties as assigned. So I was kind of handed this job, which used to be somebody's full-time job, of managing on-site septic or well installations for some of the community and the government I work with. So, we have to, I don't know, I won't go into the weeds on it, but I am not a bureaucrat. I am not a bureaucrat. I resist it. But this is highly bureaucratic. Lots of paper. Push the paper over here, have it signed. Push the paper over there, have it signed. It's endless, So, so that's been frustrating for me. Of course, it's all in my head. It's a job. It has tasks that need to be completed. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. So any dissatisfaction is entirely in here. And I get that when I go, God damn it. I just kind of have to laugh at myself. It's like, really? So, but I am finding that the pleasure I'm deriving from this is, number one, getting something done. Getting an on-site septic installed. I'm the project manager for this stuff. So I'm not the technical supervision of it because I don't have those qualifications. I'm not an engineer. But I manage the process from start to finish pretty much. So initiation to completion. So I'm deriving a lot of pleasure in talking with well drillers and septic installers. It's like, I did not expect that. And it's, what it is making a connection with people, with other guys in this case, working class guys. And that is very satisfying for me. It's like, wow, I get a lot of pleasure out of that. It's just very satisfying. And so, like, we're working together on this project. Yeah, they're kind of skeptical. I don't know if we want to bid on this. And so, talk back and forth about the project. And yeah, I just, it's a revelation. I kind of knew it was there in me, but I hadn't sort of realized it in this stark kind of way, this obvious kind of way. It's like, oh, yeah, otherwise this job is very frustrating, this aspect of all this paperwork and stuff. But talking with these guys, working it out, working out schedules, managing this project is fun. And so I realize too that in all of my interactions, I'm like that. And with the fire department, volunteering in the fire department, it's a lot the same thing. We're water supply, us respond from home older volunteers. And we had a fire the other night. And wow, suddenly you're very necessary, you're very appreciated, and you're getting something done. You're providing water, which allows the fire to be put out. And that is very satisfying. But what's also very satisfying is being a part of that group, the fire department family. And there's always a cop on the scene, or almost always. And so I'll talk with them too, and It's that rapport that nourishes me internally in my head. Yeah. And that is exactly what this is for me. It allows me to have a smoke, otherwise I probably wouldn't have a smoke. So, but it is also that same kind, it feels very similar to me in that it provides me with nourishment, emotional nourishment, I guess. Making connections. Huh. Yeah, I know I'm a weirdo, I'm an outlier. But there it is. And so, yeah. I'm an extrovert, I guess. I think I tested that way on Myers-Briggs or whatever. Myers-Briggs. And some other tests too. But really, I'm kind of a loner otherwise. So I'm kind of a strange combination of elements, if you will. But it's good to realize that. I mean, we aren't taught this stuff. You have to realize it yourself. And that realization is actually pretty powerful. So, yeah. So thanks for being part of my emotional nourishment. And allow me to have a pipe smoke too. Yeah, I mean, sometimes all this paperwork, man, with multiple clients, it's like really hard to keep track of. So, it's like, can't I just make maps? Because that kind of, people, when you do something well, people just kind of take it for granted, And so the map making portion is under control. I'm networked all over the place to get data. It's pretty well developed. Software keeps changing. God damn them. It's like Microsoft changing the interface. Really? Does it really need to change? No, it doesn't. It does nothing better, no fewer clicks. But now everything's in a different place, and trying to do an Excel spreadsheet is just a nightmare because you have to learn all this stuff again. So, huge, I'm so amazed that big business, doesn't control Microsoft and all the others too, who are doing this, let's throw the interface elements up in the air, and where they land, that's where, they'll be in this new version. And everybody has to spend untold, though millions of person hours relearning this software, for no good freaking reason. It's just like, anyway. So frustration is all in your head. It is too. I mean, I'm joking, but it is. So, in all seriousness. Yeah. So, presuming this divot in my knee doesn't turn into something serious, life is good. Life is good. Springtime, yeah. Things are growing, bulbs are up. It's great.